Funding is provided by New York State Senator Catherine M. Young, representing Western New York's 57th District. Funding is provided by Absolute Care of Westfield, committed to returning the favor to those who have spent a lifetime caring for others, located on 26 Cass Street in Westfield, New York. Dave Cass and Rick Newell provide funding on behalf of the Lakeview Hotel and Restaurant at the Docks, located on Water Street near the lake in Mayville. From the Chuck Kelsey Television Studio of Access Channel 5 in Mayville, it's Senior Report with Reed Powers. Join us live Saturday mornings between 9 and 10 a.m. in Fredonia, Mayville, and Silver Creek. Call in and share a thought or wish someone a happy birthday with Chautauqua County's only on-air senior program. Reed continues in 2010 with another year of interesting guests expressing their viewpoints and informing the community on a variety of subjects. And now, here's Reed Powers.
Good afternoon. Well, I guess it's morning here. It'll probably be afternoon where most people will be watching the replays. But welcome to Senior Report. As you can tell, I'm probably not Reed. No, I don't look like I'm here. I'm looking at the monitor. It doesn't look like me, Reed. So, what we're going to do is we're going to talk about computers today. My name's Chris Burt. You know Randy, he's been on making himself look like a fool. Well, I'm going to do it now. It's okay. You can turn your TVs off if you want to. Anyways, we're going to talk real quick about a couple things that are happening before we get into the computers. First thing I want to talk about, Jackson Rahm. He's a local music guy. We just played his show last week here on Channel 5. It ran at 12 and 7 or something like that, 12 and 6. And he just had a new CD released, Acoustic Sessions. I've been listening to it, probably annoying my father and brother because I really like it. It's nice. We'll try to see when we can get, he'll probably be out to the Music in the Park 2010 this year. Next thing, today, which is March 6th, will be Long Point State Park is hosting some sort of walk-run thingy that my dad knows more about than I do. Because, unlike everybody else, Governor Patterson doesn't seem to like it, and Allegheny State Park, and they also don't like our hospital, so they want to just close down Chautauqua County. We might as well just move out. Sounds good to me, doesn't it? Anyways, next thing we want to talk about is the Allegheny State Park one, which I think is coming up next week, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, shake your head. Well, anyways, beyond that, I'm just going to move right in then and welcome Bob Frederick, if I can speak. I'm half asleep. I'm half asleep this morning. Anyways, good morning.
Good morning, Chris. How are you?
I don't know. We've been having a lot of problems here already, and it works, and then it doesn't. You know that it works with computers, it works with television, it works with everything. So, I guess what we'll start right off is you work here at Chautauqua Lake.
Computer tech for the school, yep.
Okay, and you're not like the boss. You're like their little minion.
No, I'm not the boss. I do have a boss, but I am the only technician here that does computer technology work. My boss is the network advisor or network supervisor, and he does all the administration stuff. I do the legwork.
But you still get the admin account.
I have the passwords.
Well, let's just hope the students don't get them.
That's not a good thing.
No.
Students do not need that. So.
No, they've had that a lot. When you use stuff like your license plate, it doesn't work so well.
No, it's not a good, license plates, birth dates are not a good password. So.
No. what are some good passwords? I mean, you have a lot of these randomly generated ones, which I've got no clue how you even remember them.
Well, those are the best because nobody can remember them. They're capitals followed by lowercase, numbers, symbols. But yeah, that they are very secure, but nobody can remember them because they're too random.
Right.
You need to have a password that you can remember, but nothing that's common. You know, like a dog, your dog's name or your birthday. It's not a good password to have. But
If you live around Mayville, where we don't have much crime, but we still have some crime, a lot of people, because a password is too hard for them, at least on their local computer, they don't put passwords on there.
right, a lot of people will leave a computer wide open. Also, the wireless networking. When they set it up, they'll just use default settings, which there's no encryption, no password at all, and that means anybody in the area can log into their computer. If you don't care for that, it's fine. You know, let them use your machine, but you really don't want that. You want to have some encryption. It's not the Pentagon. You don't have to have a 26-bit, gigunda password, but you do need something in there to keep people out. So.
All right. Well, we also want to talk about. There's two things when we're talking about a senior show here, so we want to talk about seniors. They're going to go out and buy their first computer. What are they looking for? I mean, do they want the cheapest one, or do they want the most expensive one, or what are they looking for in a computer when they go out and buy a brand new one?
Well, cheap is not always better. A lot of people do go the cheapest route because they save money. But you need to figure what you want to do with a computer. If you want to do just some emails, a little bit of internet surfing, the more inexpensive ones are fine. If you're looking to do photos or videos or music editing and stuff, then you need to go with a more expensive. Oh, thank you.
We'll just.
It looks
wait.
better. I like my computer. If you're doing photo editing, music, you want something that's more robust, it has more software on it to do these things. You can buy the computer with the software or add the software later. Depends on your actual budget, what you want to do. PCs, a lot are business orientated and they're not really for the music and video, where you can buy software and hardware for it, but a Macintosh does come with it preloaded. They're more the artsy, creative stuff. But it does boil down to your budget, what you can afford. You don't need, like buying a car, you don't go out and buy top of the line car if you're just going to drive to the store. There's no reason for that. So.
All right, and we have the Mac versus PC debate, but I mean, I think you pretty well covered that Mac has a lot of preloaded software for what you're trying to do, what the normal person is trying to do. Well, the PC doesn't really. I mean, Microsoft tries to build that in there after the Mac, but then because Microsoft loves to pick on the Mac and pick out what it wants. Not saying that Apple doesn't do that too. I mean, the graphical user interface was actually Xerox's idea.
Sure.
So, I mean, everybody in the computer world loves to pick one thing from the next, and it eventually maybe one operating system might be the best.
Neither one is the best. It's what you want to do with it. If you're not going to be doing anything that's video or photo orientated, then there's no sense buying it and having that software you don't need. It's just whatever you want to do with the machine is what it is. So.
All right, and I guess the next thing we want to do is we're gonna talk now. We've bought a computer. We have one here that we went out and bought a while ago. It was my dad's old desktop. We're gonna just take a look at that after a public service announcement, if Jeff's ready, which I know he probably isn't. No, we'll wait just a little bit longer so he can be ready. We do stuff a little bit different than Reed, so he's a little bit like crazy a day. Anyways, before that, okay, we'll do the public service announcement now. We'll be back. We're going to talk about what happens when you buy a brand new computer.
How long we got?
I don't know how long it is.
When you drive for a living, you buckle up every time, whether you drive one of these or one of these. Truckers know what I'm talking about, because no matter how good a driver you are, trouble can still happen. That's when you want to keep your safety belt on to keep you steady, behind the wheel, in control, and